Hello gorgeous souls, we are back here with Kate, and if you have been watching this live, this has been such a journey, not only for Kate but for myself, because what's happened, we used to go, last time we were going to do Kate's message, and what that brought up so much in Kate, and in all my years of doing this job, it brings up so much in all of us that eventually we really get to a point in our lives where we need to kind of completely show up as all of who we are and what we're really thinking and what we're about. And the fear for many of us is it's bigger, so it stops us in our tracks and we don't ever get to the point where we're sharing our message, doing what we love, saying this is me in all my colours. And I think you went through this.
Oh, I almost gave up the other day.
Talk to these people about it.
I almost shut down and gave up and thought I can't do this anymore. But I couldn't say why. And at the same time as shutting down, I had what I call messengers. I manifested certain people I maybe wouldn't have expected to say certain things that then initiated actions on my part. But I had a massive fear about sharing, and I put it all out there. Being on here, I've put it out there. And then I thought, hang on, I've put it out there, but I'm too fearful to deal with it myself, but I have to. I had no choice. It was like, this has to happen.
Yeah. And
I faced a big fear of sharing, but also some things that I've should have done 18 years ago and talked and opened up.
Really opened up instead of holding it in and then projecting an outcome over and over again.
Yeah. Yes. And what I've been doing is I've realised that all these years that I've been living a particular story, and that story, there was no evidence to suggest that was the one.
Can you share the story? Or do you not want to share? We put you through a lot.
Yeah, again,
because it's such a common story. I did it I still can do it in my relationships with men.
And it was, in my relationship, and I think, certain things happened years ago in the initial stages of the relationship that almost give you the story for what
the whole journey's
like. For the whole journey's like, and what that person is and how they're going to be. And then I think all my reactions over that time have been based on that story and not what's actually been happening. And that's caused me to be on the defensive all the time, going back to what you initially brought up, that defensive all the time.
And from a bigger picture has really suppressed your creativity.
It has, incredibly.
Yes.
And I fed through going through all this with you, and even, to put it simply, key words that you've brought up have been so, they've helped me just become aware. Just one word, repeating over and over, defensive. And the other, obviously we talked about self-esteem, but defensive and what's the other one? It'll come to me in a minute. But
the reason that happens, and this is why I'm so passionate about this work, is because when we're self-muscle testing, we're muscle testing your innate consciousness. So that word in that moment for you means that's the key to unlock it.
Yeah, and it has been, exactly, yeah.
And it happens all the time. For those of you who've texted me and I've sent you something, or you do it to each other, in that moment, when the emotional stress is kind of peaking, that awareness just totally suits it.
Yes.
And I think you had that situation, which I love, where you saw how much the universe supports.
It's been so evident this week.
Panic attack day.
Yeah, I've had 3 panic attacks now.
Yeah, and then on that same day you reached out to me, and I was able to reach back out and give you something, but then you had people just turn up.
Two people on that very same day. It was like I manifested it.
You
people,
did, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I manifested it. That 2 people gave me certain messages. That one of them, the second one was very warming and reassuring, but the first one was confronting, and I went cold. Absolutely froze, and I was at work. I've been at work for 2 of these days, but then the second time I had this panic attack, that's when I thought, I own this. This is what I have to deal with. This has come up, and instead of, I did go through that, I'm going to give up, I can't possibly face this. to receiving these messages and knowing that I had to act. There was no other way, no other option to act, but to act.
And even when we look at your journey, you're trusting more with your higher self, you're opening up. This is all coming up because we're about to go in and do and issue a women's wisdom process on your message. And so the closer we get to kind of our message, that's when we are showing up. We're showing up with who we are. So anything that's in the way of that has to be emptied.
It had to be, yeah.
And so you addressed it.
I did. I addressed it. And
after 18 years.
After 18 years.
Well done.
And it was a lot simpler than I thought. And I realised that sometimes our partners grow as well. I've spent 18 years thinking I've grown in this way, I'm changing in this way, and assuming that partners haven't, but they have as well, and realise, you know, they've been through becoming a parent and, you know, having, you know, a marriage and all those things in life that confront you every day.
And the opening up and sharing that you got from doing this work, you were able to take it home, open up with your partner, and the fear that says don't do that or everything will fall off is not true.
It's not true.
Don't believe that fear. It's not true. Yes.
Because I addressed it and I used the words that I feared so much that I had used when I opened up. I had a great fear of, you know, this is what I said, oh my goodness, this is what I said, to this is what I'm going to say right now, because I said it and I'm going to say it again now. And it was received beautifully.
Because men do that so well. We're the ones that think they're evil. Yes.
And I thought it's not going to be received well, it's going to cause friction, there's going to be a sudden outpouring of negative emotion, which it wasn't. And it was all positive.
And in all fairness, those things can happen. We've all been in relationships where we've had those arguments, but that's because our vibration hadn't shifted. And with the work that we've been doing on you, your vibration shifted. Absolutely. So you attract something, you receive, you start receiving.
It's been astounding and almost overwhelming in some cases. It's like the surge of mixed emotion. But I faced it and it wasn't, it was great.
Yeah, good.
Because it was received. There was no negativity at all. It was received and sorted, and things have become much better because of that.
So something you thought you didn't even know you had to do, then something when you found out you had to do it, it seemed so horrifying that you thought there's no way I can possibly do this. And then through the awareness and through just staying in touch with yourself, you faced it and you've come to the conclusion that it's better than it's ever been before.
All of a sudden, on a physical level, I could breathe.
Yeah, wow.
I felt like I could, and it was almost, I just went, oh. Because one of those messengers in that particular day had said to me, it's like, it's almost like a napkin ring that's kind of holding on here, and when you release something, let it go. You just sort of go,
open.
And it was both, you know, it was fantastic.
So she's still here.
I'm still here.
She's not going anywhere.
I still, because I knew that my message couldn't be, I couldn't get there without what I've had to do now.
So you've had to face some things.
Yes.
But you've been able to do it.
Yeah.
So you feel better in yourself. Yeah. Okay, and now we're going to dive in and ask some awareness on your message.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, thank you, because the purpose of these live videos are to, if you've been keeping up with them, thank you, but they are to show you that when you do tap into your own awareness and open up, you will come across fears, that they're there, but don't let them get in your way. Face them.
Because you know, I knew I needed to.
Yeah.
There was no other option.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I could move forward at all. And you see it every day. People walk out the door and the barrier goes up.
Yes.
And I don't live like that, and I can't
Not
live
anymore.
like that. No.
Not anymore.
Because it makes you sick.
Yeah, it does. It makes you sick. It makes you think something's wrong with you. You're not enough. You live in that story. Oh my God, he's this, he's that. And then it becomes so true in your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's been liberating.
But that story isn't just with partners. It's with money.
Yeah.
That story is with our health.
Yes.
That story is with our friendships.
Yes.
That story is with sex. That story is with all
parenting.
Parenting. All the things that we face daily that we want to just be free about.
I've gone from being a cranky mum at night to last night. son was feeling a certain way, and I was there for him. I didn't have it wasn't because I had
that's
more
beautiful.
time, or it wasn't, but it's because all of a sudden
You're there for you more.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
there for me more,
yes.
and I said, and I was a nice mum.
That's you heard from yourself. I'm a good mum. But this is even that you explain it so beautifully because that's how we all want to feel. I'm sure if you're watching this, you've read a self-help book that says love yourself. You're feeling it. Yeah, great. All right, thank you, gorgeous souls.